Heroes by O.G. Rose, as featured in Under the Wing. Eve threw the sheets off her bed with a smile, whirled into her school clothes, and skipped every other stair on the way down to the kitchen. She found the cornflake supply low. She liked saving the world, but not scrambled eggs. "Later, Mom!" Eve raced out the door with an empty stomach, then ran back in to slip on her shoes. Other teenagers identified as superheroes and told everyone to make it seem like they were crazy. But Eve, who used her long hair as a black shield to block bullets, whose bright blue eyes turned red for heat vision, hated reverse psychology and kept everything inside. Just last week she remembered fighting a knife-wielding, shape-shifting, dimension-hopping, monstrous figure who smiled and vanished into thin air after Eve asked him to turn over a new leaf and help her change the world. He was probably already working alongside her 5 years in the future. After all, it was obvious he liked her. Eve raced out of the house and jumped on the bike she found abandoned on a street corner. Her flying abilities only worked when no one was looking. And she didn't fancy dropping out of the sky. She brushed rust specks off her plaid skirt, adjusted her white button-up shirt, and pedaled. High school, the ultimate superhero sacrifice. Eve mastered quantum mechanics, chemistry, and physics long ago, but failed tests on purpose. If she earned all A's, the villains would find her quick, even in New York, the city where anyone who wasn't a hero felt like an ant. Eve lived in poverty, again to throw off the villains, and at night, after locking the door and waiting in bed until she closed her eyes and her mom was clueless, Eve went to work. Villains feared Eve throughout the galactic underbelly. She thwarted countless alien invasions, and every cosmic creature knew she wouldn't rest until she found her dad. Years ago, a supervillain invaded and ruined Eve's memory, and Eve didn't realize what had happened until she saw that her friends had fathers. Eve always thought her mother suffered mental breakdowns because she was crazy. Now, Eve knew her mom didn't think she was loved. Eve would find the slimeball who did this, fix her family, save Dad, and win Lady Justice, a close associate, another victory. Eve attended a school where whites were rare to avoid spies, and to stay briefed on galactic gossip because blacks regularly updated their manga collections. Manga was distributed by the Cosmic Police Force across dimensions to pass along secret messages about new weapons, new threats, and new missions, though only superheroes could read the signs. John Smith approached down the hall.
"Hey, Eve."
He gave a quick nod.
"Great job yesterday."
Eve nodded back. He wasn't woke, but Eve saw potential and needed another team member for fighting aliens. She already had two, Paul and Ford, who she saw sorting through their lockers. She strutted right up. "You ready for tonight?" she asked. "It'll be fun." Paul and Ford always carried the latest editions of Attack on Titan. Eve studied both of their broad shoulders and smacked Paul in the back of the head. "Hey, I'm talking."
Paul faced Eve and told her that the world would be better once he was dead. He turned back to his locker.
Under Eve's right eye welling, she quickly reached up and rubbed it away. "Paul," she swallowed and whispered, "what's going on?"
"Just because you're hurt doesn't mean you can get away with murder."
For the rest of the story, please pick up a copy of Under the Wing on Amazon.